you accidentally said don't
Hey,
allow
everybody.
it, you need to allow it.
Hey, everybody.
All you need to do is just go into
Happy
your
Monday.
settings app, and you're going to
Hope your
scroll
technology is
all
working
the way
better than
down to the
ours.
very bottom. Lots of
Yes,
scrolling here.
Carmen's having
all the
a
way
little
down until you see the
technological
Zoom
problem,
app.
but she's going to
It'll
join
be the
us.
last one,
And
probably.
if it's
And
Monday,
you can tap in there.
It's
You can
time
see. You
for
can select
Ask
what
the
you want to give the
Oracles.
Zoom app
The extra thumb is
access
for
to,
Zoom.
including the microphone.
so
and
everybody,
camera.
Jeff
The other thing
couldn't
you
join
might
us
want to allow
today,
access to is
and we're
your
going to
photos,
ask
and I'll tell
you.
you
He has
about
a
that in just a
special
moment.
meeting,
Now, when you
right?
join
Right.
a Zoom meeting,
So
I
we
always
want
recommend that
everybody
you
to
have your
Send them
microphone
some
and
really-
camera
some
turned
good
off
energy.
by
for
default.
success
That might
at
sound a
this
little
meeting.
counterintuitive,
So, yeah.
but it just
1, 2,
cuts
3,
out
let's
any
blast
kind of
them.
background noise and
Two.
distractions going
Three.
on, or the shuffling around of your
Whoa.
iPhone or iPad when
Jeffrey.
you're getting ready, or
Right.
all
I
those
just hope he doesn't
surprise
spill his
faces when
coffee.
people are like, wait, I'm on camera?
That was
I didn't
pretty
even know
intense.
that. Just a good idea to turn everything off. To do that,
so
go into the Zoom app,
we're going
go
to be
to your
talking about
settings,
holiness,
and then tap
our
on
little,
meetings.
play on
And you can
words.
see right at the top there, you can turn on always
In
other words,
use
being
my
whole and
microphone
holy and all
always
that
kind of
turn
stuff, which
off
is really
my
hard.
video.
'Cause
Now, while
Carmen
you're
has a
here,
book
just
called
scroll
that.
down a little
That's
bit.
correct.
But what we're
And turn
thinking
on
is that
always
because of what we've
show
all been
meeting
through,
controls.
and because
I'm
of
a
what's
big
going on in
believer
the
in
world,
muting
sometimes we're
yourself
feeling
when
a
you
little
are not
broken,
speaking
sad.
in a
There's
meeting.
astrological
But if
reasons
you
for
have
this as
always
well,
show
where we're
meeting
feeling
controls on, then that way that
overwhelmed with all
unmute
this
button is
Pisces,
right
this
there,
Jupiter,
always on the
Neptune
screen. Otherwise, you'd have to
connection.
Yeah,
tap
which
the
is-
screen
Monty's
to
gonna
toggle
show
it
you
on
what
and off,
that
and that's
is.
just
It's
too many
almost
taps.
exact,
Just always
actually.
show meeting controls. That way you
I don't
can
know if,
see the microphone and the camera
you've
button.
heard-
You guys
right
know
there.
this
Also,
feeling?
if you are the meeting
Yes,
host,
here's-
once you start a
sad.
meeting,
See,
you
here's
can actually mute
Jupiter and
everybody
Neptune, the
that
thing that
comes
looks like
in.
a 4 with
If
a
you tap
hook on
on
it. I don't
more
know if you can
and
see it.
tap
If you have it on
into meeting
speaker
settings,
view, it's
you
probably a
can
lot bigger.
see what is it, the
And the
third
thing
or
that looks
fourth
like a
option,
pitchfork
mute on
or
entry.
like a
That means
Neptune's
anybody
trident
that comes
is
into the
Neptune.
meeting
And
are
as
gonna
you
be
can see,
muted
they're
by
both
default,
on
which
the
is
number
great,
23.
because then,
They're
you know, if
very
they're
close
shuffling
to
around
each
or
other.
anything,
Jupiter's
it's not going to be distracting to everyone
they're
else.
practically,
Then they'll have the option
for all
to
intents and
unmute
purposes,
themselves when they are
exactly
ready to speak.
conjunct.
Now, also, at
Those
any time, you can tap the
parentheses
participants
back to
tab,
back with the line in the middle of it is Pisces. So you have the two rulers of Pisces, which are Jupiter ruled Pisces until Neptune was rediscovered. And now you have Neptune. They both are all about being sensitive.
Now, on the iPhone, there's a kind of a hidden feature called
Inspired
Safe
also.
Driving
Yes,
Mode. Now,
but you know, everything has a
aren't
spectrum
doing a whole lot of
in
driving
astrology.
as much anymore.
This is something
but
I
this
wish
is a
more
very
astrologers
quick
would
way
remember.
to
There's
immediately
you
mute
do.
your
Well, that's
microphone
true.
and turn
Yeah,
off
exactly.
the
I'm
camera.
copywriting
All
that.
you have to do on the
Yeah.
iPhone is
This
just
astrology
swipe
stuff.
to the
We can
right,
make a lot of money
and
with this
immediately you go
astrology
into Safe
But anyway,
Driving Mode.
when
You can see your microphone is
you see
automatically
Jupiter and
muted,
Neptune
your
together,
video
the
is stopped,
positive
and when you're
side of
ready
it
to
is we all
talk,
feel
you simply
inspired.
just tap to
Happy
speak.
birthday, Joyce,
Compassionate.
Now
by the
you
way.
can talk, and when you're done,
Joyce,
you're done
happy
speaking,
birthday.
you just turn
Good,
that
our
off.
dear
When
friend.
you're done, out of
And there's
this
always
mode,
good
you
news,
simply
no matter
swipe
what,
to
no
the
matter
left,
how bad the
and you're
aspect,
back in
there's
the
always
regular meeting.
something you can
If you
use
have
that
everyone
energy
muted,
to do.
how do you know
With
when
Jupiter and
somebody
Neptune, it's
enters
the
or
best time
exits
for
your
art,
meeting?
dance,
Well, we got that
anything
covered
that
as well.
has to do with
You
being
tap on the
inspired
more
and
button up
inspiring
there,
other
go to
people.
Compassionate.
meeting
It's always
settings,
good to
and you
feel
can see
compassion
play
for
time for
what people are
enter
going
exit.
through.
Go ahead and turn
Right.
that
But sometimes
on.
that can
And that way,
overwhelm
when
you
somebody
because you
joins
feel
your meeting, you'll hear
powerless
this little
also.
chime.
Right, but we have people here in
Sounds
where
like
we
a
live who have gone
little
to
doorbell
Poland
or
to
so.
help the
But
Ukrainian.
that way you know
On the border?
that
Yeah,
someone
on the
else
border.
joined the
We also
meeting.
have
You
someone
can
who's
tap
actually
the
in there
participants
fighting
tab to see who
from around
has
this area.
joined
You
the
know, so
meeting.
there's that
And when they
compassion.
leave a
But
meeting,
there's wars always. There's always
it's a
reasons
nice
to be
little
sad, but there's
additional
always
chime
reasons
there
to be
just to let
happy
you know that somebody has
too.
left
And as you can see, everything
they're
is
not
really
sneaking off
conjunct.
somewhere.
Everything
Now
is
again, what's great about the iPhone
everything
and
is
the
really
iPad, they already
together
have a
here
speaker and a
on
microphone built in, and you
the
can
way the world
use
map
those
is.
just
See, it's all-
fine.
It's all
but if you
here.
want better
See, it's all
audio, maybe less
concentrated here. So
distractions,
we all
you
have
can
this
actually plug in
planetary
a pair
alignment,
of
this
earbuds.
concentration
Make
falling
sure that
somewhere
you have
in
a
our
microphone
chart.
on
But that
there,
can give
or you can
focus,
use
right?
a
It can
wireless
give focus,
pair of earbuds,
but it
or
can
the
also
Apple
be
AirPod.
overwhelming.
Now, if you
Like the
use
people who
wired
watch
earbuds,
Ask
the
the
iPad and the
Oracles
iPhone
have
just
done the
assume
work.
that that's what you want to
And this
use.
is
So
another
if you
thing that
plug
people
these
don't talk
in,
about. But
that's
you
what
have to
they'll
be able to do
default
the work
But if
to
you have
channel
a
the
wireless
energy.
pair of earbuds
Because
or Apple AirPods, AirPods, for example.
There's a book called Kundalini.
Plug them in and you get connected on
Transcendence or Psychosis, or maybe a Psychosis or
You'll
Transcendence.
See in the upper left
because for
corner
someone who's not ready to let their
icon
Kundalini
there.
come up,
right now,
it can make you crazy, like the people on all the television shows we've been watching lately.
And I can actually
because
say,
the negative aspect of Neptune and Jupiter and Pisces together is deceit.
on the iPhone,
it can be self-deceit, or it can be actual
or escapism
into
into
drugs and alcohol and various addictions. So we were watching that.
Now, when you tap start,
okay, time to talk about what we've been watching.
Well,
we're not the only people that's on Netflix.
So we write spiritual books of the day, and then we have to watch about psychotic people.
If you look in the upper left
well,
corner,
there's two questions in there. A, why do these people think that they need to lie and cheat and steal? And the other one is, why do people allow themselves to be cheated and stolen from?
Yeah, if we could get Carmen back on here, we could get her to weigh in. But for the meantime, you guys tell us if anyone's been watching Inventing
switch the camera back to the front facing camera.
Now,
lastly, when you tap the share content button, you have several options to choose from. The first
and then the other one we watched was called Bad Vegan. Did anyone watch that?
However, you get this little warning that comes up.
Oh my God.
Telling you everything on your screen is going to be recorded.
It was all, raw food, nothing's
now,
cooked.
I would only use this if you actually need to show somebody.
And the woman who ran it
was
supposedly the coolest person
going.
And she got hoodwinked.
I've got a few other options.
And so Jupiter Neptune can do that.
For example, on the iPhone, if I do share content and
right, this is not. We're going to change the name of the show from Ask the Oracles to Spoiler Alert.
It ties in with this astrology because people were conned and they believe liars.
But now you can go in and I can select.
Now, when I was growing up, I had a friend who only stole from his friends.
And when I'm done,
and
I
between
tap
that,
down there.
Really, this is true. Last time I saw him, it looked like the scene out of Frankenstein with the pitchforks and everything. When they found out that that's what this guy was doing,
if you tap
chasing him down Church Avenue.
That's
Actually, I did see him again, but he refused to admit that that's who he was. But that's how crazy people are. When you grow up with crazy people, you know that there are such a thing as crazy people.
Now, if you jump
and it's like everyone's like, well, how can people do these things?
The annotations actually
she doesn't like crazy.
Really annotating the screen.
I'm sorry, but my mother was crazy.
That's a neat way to show a picture right from your picture roll to get out of that.
I guess what I'm trying to say is everyone's like, well, how can these people do this stuff? Well, that's what they do.
Next, you have several options from
they wake up in the morning and
iCloud, Dropbox, Google Drive, OneDrive.
These shows are pointing out how we're kind of hypnotized by glamour and money.
And show somebody. For example, if I tap into
anyhow,
my
that's what
Dropbox
conned
app
these
here,
people.
I can actually
the
share a Word
carrots
document
that they
or an
can
Excel
get rich
spreadsheet,
and
or most of the people will just simply share a PDF file.
Right.
I just simply
and
highlight it
if you have ever worked or been around people that have a lot,
file
you
shows up on my
understand
screen. I can actually
I don't know if you saw The Jerk. Remember the scene where they're trying to get money out of them and
jump to a
you got to come and give us a check
at the
so we
bottom.
can stop cat
You also
juggling.
still have the annotation tools available.
Kinds of crazy things that they were. Sorry, to use the word again. But anyway, today, because it's a special
square or something
edition of Ask the Oracles, we're going to answer your questions.
Hey, remember when we used to answer all your questions?
Out of this again,
so that's what we're going to do. So put your questions in the chat and we'll see what we can do.
Go back into annotations.
Let's start with Joyce because it's her birthday. Happy birthday, Joyce.
Go to a different page.
You know why I want to do this? Because I just finished
now the last option on here is really available only on the iPad. Although you'll see
one of the 70 books.
Deserted Barbara Tarot that comes with the book that teaches reverses of the cards here, along with many spreads and everything.
At the bottom into some of these
so anyhow, I just like
pick a color for
excited again about the tarot. Not that I remember not excited, but I'm all hooked up
drawing.
Cool. There's Joyce.
Hey Joyce, what's your question?
Are you unmuted?
On here.
My question is, am I going to get
whoever
more
else is in your meeting
yes.
can actually add their own drawing to the whiteboard. So I can jump in here, change the color
my stuff. That's so great.
Pen, and just start drawing.
Wonderful.
And you
makes
can
us feel
see what the others
too.
are drawing.
You look
now,
good.
You can actually tap the little trash can in the bottom right corner here on the
Haley told me
iPad.
that
You can
lipstick
clear
looks good.
all the drawings are just the other.
And your question is, birthday girl?
You can actually have up to 12 whiteboards. Click this little plus
just want a
symbol
message
down at the bottom.
for your birthday?
And then that little 2 next to it there shows you all of the whiteboards.
I know, sorry to
that
spring
you
this
might
on
have
everybody.
available
We
if you
should
want
have
to
said it
delete one
earlier.
or jump to a specific page.
Including Harry,
the other thing I would say in
since he has
this
to do the
is,
technical.
Yeah, write your
wanna
questions,
save
everybody.
this
Write it in the
whiteboard,
chat.
don't
One
stop
question each.
sharing
Try to be
until you
specific.
tap
And then
the 3 little dots in the bottom right corner and say
Okay, good.
to photos.
Okay,
good.
Yeah, we're going back to old school, the way you used to do it, and then we would know who to
so that
answer
you
the
can
questions.
access it later.
Okay,
When you stop
now,
sharing,
Joyce,
the whiteboards are going to get erased on there. So just make sure you
Joyce,
do that.
This is like so tied in with what we're talking about.
So those were 7 tips for using the Zoom app on your iPad.
She's the most
and your
empathetic
iPhone. Hope they were helpful.
Card.
I know lots of you are using Zoom.
So
like
Joyce, you can be really nurturing.
Feel free to leave them in the
You're
comments.
such a
Please
nurturing
subscribe
friend,
to the channel, and thanks
you know
for
that's
watching.
what your counselor, your shoulder to lean on. I'm sorry, you probably want to lean on someone else's shoulder, but
no, actually, I'd rather have someone lean on me.
I think this is a beautiful card message for you to really own that part of yourself, which is so giving and so you know, with such a big heart.
And I got the success card, so it looks like this is going to be a year. Well, you're always a success, but this could be the year that you get the kind of success that actually satisfies you for 5 minutes. Because I know you're in Aries, and they usually are moving on to the next thing after.
He knows about Aries, but I just want to say this card has a seahorse.
Yeah, that's what
and
I
know
you
have a series of animals that you've been painting. Have you done a seahorse?
No, that's a good one.
Yeah, so I think that's like an important one for you to do on your list.
And it's the only species where the male gives birth. So
I like that. I like that.
Have some fun with that one.
I like that.
Oh, wait a minute. Look who's here. I think Carmen's here. I could have sworn I just saw it. There she is.
You did.
Hey, Carmen, can you see us now? She's not acting yet, but you guys know Carmen. She's been on our show before, and she's an awesome reader.
Are you with us? Can you see us and everything?
Yeah, it's all done.
Yay.
Oh my God, miracles do happen.
Everybody, this is Carmen Harra, our dear friend. We love her so much. And
I'm sorry, whatever happened.
It's no problem at all. Carmen, tell us what you've been up to, you know, with your books and I know you're so busy. I love your new website.
I am working on the book that you guys helped me make happen. So you are miracle workers, like always. And I so much adore you and respect you, admire you for a lifetime. And I'm grateful.
Oh, of course.
So you're working on a book. Welcome.
It's numerology, which I love your take on numerology.
You pick up my title.
Yes, I'm good at titles, but then you have to do the work.
You're good at everything. You're good at everything. The most creative lady, the most beautiful lady ever.
Oh, thanks,
my
Carmen.
Inspiration.
Carmen's an Aries too.
Yes.
Yes. I'm the 25th.
Okay.
Cool.
And you are the
23rd.
23rd, yeah.
Yeah. All right, we're right next to each other.
Right. So, you know, we actually started answering people's questions again because we're going
okay, let's go to questions.
We're going old school here on Ask the Oracles. Harry's going to spotlight people, and then they'll ask a question, and then we'll do what we can. And we'll be quick. We'll try and be quick so we can answer as many people's questions as possible.
Carmen last time says their numbers, which is great to experience.
Well, that's because she's so smart.
Hey, Carmen, we were also talking about holism. That was like the title of one of your books, Holiness.
Holiness, yeah.
I love that. I love that.
Tell us what you think that means.
Well, I combine two words. Holy, you know, and the idea of being complete, entire, unhurt, and living in a state of totality and oneness. And it's so significant, most likely nowadays, to live in that state of mind and not to be broken. The world is broken, and that's why we have illnesses and disasters and war, and the people are not well. And people feel anxiety all the time because they don't live in that state of unity and oneness. So I think there will be oneness in this world. The world will be joyful and complete, but we are not. We fragmented. So from the beginning of the world, you know, we were put on earth, you know, to collect the pieces that put them together. And we were in a phase when we are more than ever supposed to do that. And we see that the world is broken and we kind of try to put them together, but apparently we are still struggling to do it the correct way.
It takes a lot of vigilance. I know.
Yes.
I posted something about peace of mind the other day, And a couple of people said about inner peace. They said they don't know what that is because they're disconnected. I mean, it's not that hard if you're vigilant about it and try to feel the love, breathe, feel your breath. Just the simple things are what make you feel whole, right?
Well, inner peace is, I think, is being in alignment with everything that happens within yourself. Yes. Every connection that you have from the moment you take your first breath with the people who are in your life, the karmic ties that you have from the family people, the people you work with, the community, the people you relate to, the people who come into your life, and then your own action and the way you relate to the world and the way you acknowledge your path. So then you come to an agreement with your own self, and you reach that moment of agreement, and that when you have those agreements, I agree to be put on earth to do this, and if I agree with all of that, and then I reach my peace and I follow my path, and then I'm okay with all of that, and then I celebrate what I'm doing. So then life is celebration, but you have to follow those agreements. And if you don't follow the agreement, when you're in a disagreement, you don't have your inner peace. Your inner peace comes from your alignment with what you put on earth to do.
That's right. And then the choices that you make.
Right.
I mean, if you're going
to choices comes from the what you have, you agreed to do all the way, your contracts. You know, you come with your contracts. When you put on earth, your contracts are already coming with you. They're not separated. They are part of you, or who you are. That's why all of us, we have our own contracts. They come with us.
I came to the conclusion that the purpose of life is to be happy once. I mean, every once in a while, the roulette wheel comes around to that. And I opened up a book at the time, a new book by the Dalai Lama. That was the first sentence. The purpose of life is to be happy. So I think if that is true, a lot falls out of that, a lot forms around that. In science, there's something called a carrier wave. And I think if we can all tap in to the carrier wave of happiness and joy, because right now we don't have a tank coming down our street like the poor people in Ukraine and Yemen and all these other places. Our friend Dr. Jerry Epstein used to say, well, do you have a gun to your head? Why are you so anxious?
I hear a lot of people saying they're really, really worried and they're really, really anxious. And we know that doesn't really do any good, but they're caught up in the news. I mean, we have to be aware of what is toxic to our well-being. Just like what you were saying, Carmen.
And that is the dichotomy between Jupiter and Neptune, because we all right now have this incredible, strong empathy with people who are suffering. And there's a point.
And that's a beautiful thing.
Yes, but the thing is, we're not stupid. And we know that there's a certain point where it's either we're going to do something about it. And that could be anywhere from, spreading the word to contributing money. And as I said earlier today, we have people going over to those countries. But at a certain point, you got to realize that being empathetic is going to hurt you. And the first rule is make your base secure. You don't want to be empathetic to the point where you're hurting yourself physically, you're not getting your work done.
Well, it's a spectrum, like Monty was saying, that everything has a spectrum, so it can be a blessing or a curse depending on
well, that's what Buddha was talking about with the middle way.
Yeah.
The middle way, I mean, here I am explaining for Buddha. I don't have to do that. but you know what I mean, though. The middle way is the way where you can live with it. It can work.
Well, happiness is a state of mind.
Yes.
Everything is a state of mind.
Yes.
And no matter where you are, you can be in the middle of the war in the middle of nowhere and be happy. And be in agreement that you have to be there to experience something, or you have to participate into something. And that's part of your path, and that's part of your agreement. Because the people, they go through war, they agree to go to war before even being born. That's part of their contract. There's no accident in everything that's happening. By the way, it's so extraordinary that the First World War, the way it started, if you add all the numbers, of the day when the war started, you come to the number 5. The Second World War, if you add the number of the Second World War, you come to number 5. The day when the war in Ukraine started, if you add all the numbers, you come to number 5. Now, number 5 is the number of war, is the number of death, is the number of the 5th dimension. And it's interesting that between the Second War, the Second World War and this war is 77 years. Now, 77 years is mentioned 77 times in the Bible. And 7 is the number of God. So 77 years took, for us to go to experience what can be and can actually become the Third World War. And it's very interesting that the synchronicity shows that the Third World War have the same participants talking about karma. Pretty much it happens in the same part of the world where the first one happened and the second one happened. So what it shows us is that the same people will play out to create another war. Why the Third World War doesn't happen in America or in Africa or in Australia or any other part of the world, it still happens there, and still Russia is involved, and still other parts of the world that were participating in the Second and in the First World War might get involved. You understand? So it's fascinating how something that happens once might continue to happen, and the synchronicity of time is absolutely extraordinary if you understand how to use the numbers to show you, and probably even the planets. And you are talking about Pluto. When we discovered the planet Pluto in 1933, I guess, we discovered the atomic bomb.
Yeah,
Now,
right. And it's also when the dictators all came into real prominence. Stalin.
Exactly. That's exactly
Hitler.
it. So we discovered the atomic bomb, the dictators came in, and now we have the atomic bomb, and here we are after 77 years, which the Bible talks about Armageddon, and Armageddon is the place in Israel, is the land of Megiddo, that portrays the possibility of the end of our life, so they
don't think it's going to happen.
Wait, we want to go back to inner peace now.
Yeah,
I personally don't think it's going to happen.
Synchronicity and what the prophecies are all about, and we're looking at prophecies, and there are 77 prophecies in the Bible, and there's this coincidence with the 77, and we're making some analogies that are very fascinating.
Well, in the Jewish religion, there's a concept that there's 26, as long as there's 26 righteous people on the face of the earth, God won't destroy it. The righteous.
Not too many to ask.
Well, I think we already have more than that here watching our show. So there you go.
Exactly.
People.
Yeah.
I know my husband was from Israel, so my husband was Israeli, and so he was always telling me. It's interesting. All my families speak Hebrew, and me, all I know is some words. My dad would say, I know some words, but I don't speak very well. I should have of all these years, living with those people from Israel. Me, I don't know why I couldn't learn that language properly.
Don't you speak like 7 languages anyway?
I speak a lot of languages, but this one I'm not good at, though. I live with all these people from Israel for all these years, and I heard this language all the time, them speaking, but I don't know why I couldn't learn it. I mean, I'm so upset with myself. Yeah.
Lauren speaks it, and so does Jeff. So what's our first question?
Do you speak Hebrew?
Not me.
I do. I have some Hebrew.
Jeff and Lauren do.
Yeah. I lived in Israel for a year and had been back every year after that. And I taught Hebrew school and taught Hebrew and all kinds of things.
I know some languages. I know to ask some stuff, but I should have, being married to somebody from there for so many years, I should have been.
Don't feel bad.
Don't feel bad. It is not an easy language.
It's also a difficult language. It's so, but I love it.
I've been wanting to learn the Hebrew language for tarot myself.
Yeah, there's a
I love that. Love that people from that part of the love them.
Yeah. Hey, Lauren, we got you here. Why don't you tell people about the Bond conference? Because I just want people to note that we won't have Ask the Oracles on the 25th because we're involved with Jeff's Bond conference, which is pretty exciting about.
It is. It's very exciting. So on April 20, here, I'm going to mute you, okay? On April 25th, April 26th, and April 27th, there's going to be a gathering of all kinds of people from across the world. We're touching 8 time zones for sure. And Vaughn originally meant voice on the net. It's now about the voice on the net in the future. The Vaughn started way back in the 90s, in the late 90s, but it is Vaughn 3 that we're doing, and it's our conference. We had a summit in January, so this is the next step. Amy and Monty will be speakers at our conference as well, so they will be there on the 25th, but because of that, we can't run our show at the same time. It's a little bit too much. In order to find out more about Vaughn, let me just get to where I'm supposed to be here. The website is von3.xyz, and Consuelo, who's here, actually helped us design everything the first time around. And with her framework, I was able to make this work. Our schedule's up there. We have over 60 sessions. There's over 55, probably closer to 60 speakers. We have time for networking. Those of you who have been to Zula before, there's going to be every day, there's a Zula networking half an hour so that we can not only learn from each other, from the speakers, but learn from each other face to face. And there's also going to be we'll have musical interludes so that if you come to our Thursday Jeff's Place show, you will get to see some of your favorite artists. They'll come in for 10 minutes for a little bit to share some music so we can all stretch. And the day's long. It's from 11 a.m. to 5:30 Eastern, and it is jam-packed because it goes one after the other. The thing I love most about this conference is that the sessions are not more than 20 minutes. So it's got your focus, you learn what you got to learn, and then you go on to the next thing. So please join us.
Well, all your conferences are just so packed with information, and it'll be fun. Exciting. We're looking forward to it. So now we should start taking questions.
Right. So did Amanda actually get to ask her question? I missed it because we were in the middle of doing 1,000 things.
No.
All right. So let me just pull her back in first, and then we'll go to Barrett next. Thanks, Harra.
I got it.
Hey, Amanda.
Hi.
What you got? What you got for us?
How can I learn to embrace life from where I am now?
Okay, good question. You want to take it, Carmen?
Yeah. Well, the first thing that comes to me is that there's a new beginning for you, and there's something holding you back, and that goes back to a connection that you have with a mother figure. I don't know if you agree with me. But I see a big door opening to you right now in June. I don't know where is the turning point, but there. What? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think some oracles here might.
Yeah, and I feel like between June and November, there's I also call it in your case like a revelation. When you wake up and say the aha moment. When there's a shift in your consciousness about the trajectory of your life and of your intentions. I also picture a move, and I wonder whether this is a physical move or also a move of in your intention or in your workplace. But there is a move. When things usually are stuck. And then all of a sudden you break through the energy. Do you also plan to change your residence?
I'm hoping to.
Yeah, because that can also be essential. I also have a very strong sense of somebody with an S name, a name like Steve, Sam, Sarah. Does this ring a bell to you?
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah. So look for the person who might be influential in participating. And also I should point towards from now on to February, and I have a very specific date in my head, February 23rd of the next year. So that's very significant for you. Let me ask you, do you wear glasses for vision?
No, just to see a little bit closer when we're on Zoom, but no, not usually.
Okay, because I can see something with your eyes, like a change in the vision that is through some eye drops or something that will change, you will improve your vision. I feel like that this is just comes in my mind as something you will use, some eye drops or something that your vision will get way better. Also check your thyroid. Have you ever checked your thyroid lately?
Yeah, my thyroid is checked twice a year.
Okay, how is your thyroid? Is it a little bit sluggish or low?
Yeah, but low. It's a normal low. I have a I'm immune compromised. I have lupus.
Mm-hmm. And usually when you have an autoimmune, because lupus is an autoimmune disorder, it affects. Yes. It affects. It's autoimmune and it affects a little bit the thyroid, and it does come. I don't know if you knew, from the pineal gland. Have you ever knew that? And it actually something that started when you were 12 or 16. And I don't know what happened to you. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
It does make sense. Usually autoimmune might be triggered by some experience that happens as a teenager. So whatever happened that triggered the autoimmune response and triggered the lupus. And as you know,
Hey, Carmen, I hate to cut you off, but there's so many people who have questions.
Yeah, we gotta keep it short.
Sorry, Amanda. Carmen is so generous. She just like
this autoimmune, because this might have something to do with the spectrum of your entire life, but probably I'll tell you more. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. And also, we're not supposed to talk about health or politics, so I apologize for that.
That's okay.
Yeah. Carmen talks about it.
You should get a reading from Carmen at some point, because that's in the chat, right?
Carmen's amazing.
Yeah, she is.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Barrett.
Hey, Barrett. Congratulations on your certificate.
Thank you. That was 6 months in the making.
Cool.
So between work.
Cool.
But my question was, I've been seeing a lot of 777s, and the last time we were all together was probably 8 months ago when, Carmen, you said that I would be full-time in tarot by April. So I was wondering if that's still true, because Spirit's pointing me in a new income, a new path with income that's going to be coming, and I don't know exactly what they're talking about.
Well, we're full-time in tarot, but we do 10 other things, so it doesn't necessarily have to be. You can have 10 full-time jobs.
Any of the things that I did you see anything coming the way we said? Anything that unfolded the way we said?
Just
anything?
I got married, and then I got the new job, so it's everything's progressing.
That's major.
That's pretty good.
Just leading in that direction.
So it's leading in that direction. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you also plan to change something with the home, or invest in the home, or something with that kind of an investment?
We're talking about purchasing a retirement home up north somewhere.
Yeah, because I feel like very significant will be from now on to November to get a home. So, and I don't want you to delay that. So that's the first message that I think is relevant.
That's a good one. Okay, well, that was great. Who's the next person?
Thank you.
Okay, my loves.
Thank you, Carmen.
Harry. Who's the next questioner?
We have Annette next. Annette's screen is blank.
Annette is she's there, but she can't.
Okay. Hey, Annette.
You can't see her right now, but she can hear you.
Okay.
Hello, everybody.
Nice to
Happy
see
Monday.
Thank you.
too.
You too.
What's your question?
Well, the question is basically, are there some steps Spirit would have me take to enjoy my life even more from this point forward?
Okay.
Besides get a new camera?
Magic.
I get the joy card, which is about playing like a kid and not having, not being too adult.
Right.
There's something that would give you joy that's very playful, maybe other people that can bring out the kid in you, and you can bring out the kid in them.
Oh, I would love that.
Good.
Thank you.
I feel like you have something that holds you back for the last 11 years. Something that is not processed by you mentally and emotionally, like a responsibility. Who do you feel responsible for? Is this a person? Is this something that you feel you could never break through? Is this one of those dreams that you wanted to make reality and you couldn't? Do you understand what I mean?
To a degree, I think I will ponder that a little more deeply, as throughout the rest of the day, but it's not unconscionable. It makes a lot of sense. There were some huge changes in my life that started about 10 or 11 years ago. Absolutely.
Okay. I also feel like in August, there is a turning point for you. August 24th, I have a very specific date. And is your mother deceased?
Yes.
Because your mother comes through very strong. She wants to be your support. And she shows me an S name. Who's Susan, or who's with an S name?
That I'd have to really think about. I have a cousin named Susan, but
okay, so she's mentioning this name for some reason. I don't know why.
Okay.
But she's referring to the person with an S, unless she's referring to somebody who comes. Are you planning on a business right now?
Not necessarily. I'm currently doing the same thing that I have been doing, but I haven't necessarily thought of changing that.
Listen, if we don't cut them into short questions, we won't get to everybody.
Okay, so then there's your mother mentioned somebody new coming in the business.
Okay, I appreciate that, and I will keep August 24th in mind. Thank you, everybody.
Okay.
I think Carmen, you just start getting like messages.
I know. I feel like I'm going out to stop the Amazon River from flowing.
We don't want to stop you.
No,
I don't want anyone to feel gypped either.
Especially since we haven't done questions in half a year.
You're so generous with your reading.
You are. You're amazing.
So who's next? Is that Susan? Hey,
Hi,
Susan.
Hi, you guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all of your insight. And I've already taken
it. So beautiful.
Thank you. Well, according to Michelle Marie and my other Vedic astrologer, this is a very important time for me to have an effect on the world through writing. I'm looking for inspiration about either what to focus on right now or where to focus. Any ideas that could help the world that I could do.
You know what they say about writing is to either write what you know or write what you want to learn. So those are the the thing that you're the expert on, and you're a helpful person. I mean, you do the singing and all this amazing stuff for other people. Something that would either help people or something that you want to learn about, and you'll be doing research. I'm speaking as a writer now, not as a psychic.
I get the seeker from the Wild Goddess, and I know you are a seeker and have been a seeker for a long time. So if you're going to write something, I would write about that journey, and what you've learned, because it really is a never-ending journey, right?
True.
Yeah. So this actually is saying the same thing. Write what you're seeking. Write about what you're seeking, and about
what she has found from seeking.
Exactly.
But if you have to want to write, it is a very solitary thing to do. I mean, we do it, but it's like it's either in you that has to come out.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't have to make yourself do it.
I do consider myself a writer, and the advice I received was that would be the method for me to be effective in reaching people. Michelle Marie says I have like 11 aspects of Jupiter when 4 are considered auspicious. So
that's great.
She's expecting great things from me, and I've been praying for divine guidance, but haven't hit on anything. I joined a little Facebook group on natural health, and I've been offering what I know about natural healing.
Well, there you go.
But that's a small venue, and I don't know. It's little snippets, but grateful for any direction.
Well, cool.
What do you think, Carmen?
Your father's deceased?
No, he's still living.
He's still living, because there's a man deceased around you who tells me that there is a man helping you around his 40s who will actually publish your book. And his name is Jack, and he's a tall, attractive man, and he's gonna guide you with the title and with the publishing of the book. And the book has to do with the state of mind of the world. And then you will make a very fascinating book. And that this is part of the contract, something that you came to do in this world, and that your book will be a huge bestseller.
Wow.
Wow. Thanks, Carmen.
That's no pressure.
Yeah, go for it. Get
Thank
to
you
work.
all so much.
You're welcome. What are you doing here? Get to work.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Mary.
Hi, how are you? Hello, Carmen.
Hi, beautiful
Lovely.
Mary.
Hi. Okay, Carmen, I'm very concerned about my friend who is going to Israel.
I wish I
on
had
the
a friend
20th.
like you. I really do wish I had a friend like you.
Oh, wow.
You always ask about your friends. Well, I do, Joyce. I know.
Already do. What's the problem here? So anyway, he's going to Israel and I'm terrified. I just want to be sure he'll be okay, if you can tell me that.
Oh, you mean because of what's
very
going over there? I think he'll be okay. I get it. I mean,
a lot of family in Israel, they all okay. No reason to be worried.
yeah, I mean, they have had a lot of violence recently, but
No, they fine. He will be absolutely fine, Mary.
yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Well, I've done my best, all the protection I can send him, but we'll see.
He
Thank
needs
you
to
very
go.
much.
Is something he needs to do. Don't tell him not to go. Don't put fear into it. Just
I will not.
send him love and be in touch with him. He will be so excited there. He will call you and let you know that everything is fine. It works better than you think. So just don't even be worried. It's going to work perfectly. I promise you.
Wait a minute. And we have
Thanks, Carmen.
and we have someone who's in Israel right now says only good news.
That's Eli.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, he ought to know. So
Who's next?
Richard.
Hey, Richard.
Hi, thank you so much. Hi, Carmen.
Hi, dear
Hey,
Richard.
Monty, everybody. Harry, good to see you again.
Good to see you. Yes, we're back. Ask the Oracles in its original form.
We missed it. It's great that you're doing it this way again.
Thank you.
Fabulous.
What's your question?
I'll leave it open-ended, but I'm going to take a trip to Massachusetts to get away from New York on the 21st, 22nd, 3rd, and 4th of April. I'm wondering a little bit about that trip. What's
Okay.
I might be wrong, but I get the feeling that it's going to be better than you even think. There's something's going to come out of it, actually. I mean, besides relaxation and enjoyment.
I get the Prince of Swords, which might be you. That's the communicator. But I think you're going to be very stimulated mentally and intellectually on this trip. And, you might get into some very interesting conversations with people that will be very stimulating.
A lot of inspiration and the possibility of even buying a property in that area.
Yeah, there's something going on. Yeah, it's good.
So when you're there, somebody's gonna call you to buy something there, and you will find it very intriguing and very inspiring. And you will end up by the fall even purchasing something there, like a vacation home or something. Very beautiful. You love the area. You love it. You will consider it.
Great. I'll be really quick. I know we have short time, but last time we talked, I told you I had written my second book, The Joy Effect. And so I don't have a publisher for it yet, but I'm still working through that process too. So I wanted to thank you.
A publisher from California will publish your book.
Okay. Should I start looking?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, I had to rewrite the whole thing from zero, and I did it. So it's a better book now than it was.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
You need a good endorsement.
Okay.
I'll give you one if you think I can be good for your book.
Very much.
I'll give you one. I can give you even the name of a publish house if you want.
Would you put it in the chat for me before we
What I
depart?
can do, if you can, I can give you my email address. Write me an email and I can respond with all the information. It's my name, Carmen Harra at AOL. My
That's
name,
easy.
C-A-R-M-E
Yeah, really.
A-J-R-A, Carmen Harra at AOL.com.
Thank you
Please
so
write
much.
me an email and I will give you the publish house, the number, all the details.
I love you. Thank you.
Ask the Oracles is a full service show.
This is great.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. I love
We
you
have
guys. Thank
people.
you so much.
Hey,
Thank
who's
you.
next? We're gonna have to try to get to as many questions.
We have
Okay,
Hani
Hi, I'm
next.
next. Hi, thanks.
Annie.
My one, oh, thank you all. My one question is, I have a family friend who, our families were friends since we were both 1 year old. We're both like 55 now. My question is, like, he's never been married, but I think he's interested in making this a thing. So what would be like guidance or insight or on that?
You mean about the two of you?
Yeah.
That's
Ooh,
awesome.
Well, I get the wish card. That means your wish will come true. There's
Yeah.
only one wish card.
Wish granted in a happy way.
Thank you.
I think it'll happen. I don't think you have to make it happen.
Unless, of course, you don't want it to
Unless,
happen.
of course, Carmen says something different.
Right, in which case.
No,
we
no, it's a relationship, very powerful, very intense, very much meant to happen.
Let's put it this way. Once I get the wish card, I stop asking.
Okay, it sounds good.
Right.
Thank you. I've had a crush on him forever, so thank
That's
you.
great.
Awesome.
You have to let us know how it goes.
He might be
I
a
will. Thank
little
you.
slow, but
you get
better
that?
late than no. I'm just
Oh.
I'm joking. Better late than never. Go for it.
Thank you.
It's really gonna work.
Hey, Richard.
Richard. Ask to unmute.
There you go.
I did it. Hey, Amy. Hey, Monty. Hey, Carmen. Great to see you
Hi,
guys.
Richard.
Okay, I feel like there's some major changes taking place. As a matter of fact, I just got back from Israel.
Good.
Yeah. So anyway, I know there's a lot going on over there. However, lots going on everywhere. So, we make our world, we make our lives. So
Correct.
I feel like lots of changes are taking place, and I'm open to any guidance for how I may be of better service and experience more joy in my life.
Now, even though Michelle Marie is not here, and I feel like I can't use the karma cards if she's not here, I'm going to try it.
So how can you be a better service? So I get the dawn.
Oh, nice.
The dawn is about hope. So I think you're a very positive person, that you can give people more hope when hope seems dim, and, to help them when they feel discouraged. And
It says, do not be discouraged if things look dark and hopeless. The sun rises each day.
Revealing new possibilities and renewed hope.
Renewed hope, new possibilities, and I need new glasses.
If you lead people like in a morning meditation or something like that, that would be a great way to live out this card, the meaning of this card.
All right. Thank you.
Richard, I think you're gonna create some kind of alliance with the help of Israel, with America. Have you thought of that?
Well, one of the things that took place is I was traveling with Jewish friends, and we coincidentally ended up meeting a woman who is a Palestinian principal who invited me to come speak at her school, but there wasn't enough time in the travel. So we're now working on setting up a Zoom conference to be able to meet with her students.
How wonderful.
I feel like it's really important recognizing that everybody's children of God, and
right.
Religions are simply different ways to explore that, and no
right.
one path is better than another. So
yeah.
maybe something will come out of that.
I think something great is happening here. Something great, something even bigger than you imagine. I'm getting so excited. I'm getting chills.
Thank you. I'm excited about that. There's a sense
yes,
of something happening on a
it's
world
way
level.
bigger than you think, and it gets so many people involved. Oh my God, I want to talk to you about this later on in time, because this is so magical. Talking about being on a mission.
Yeah, I feel it too. Plus also in business, technology, working with a company that has a cutting edge motor generator that can transform.
But put it out there. Let the world know about this. Let everybody know. Because it's gonna be amazing. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool, Richard. But Richard is also an author.
Hey, Lucinda.
Hello.
Oh my God, you're asking a question.
Well, you know me. I'm going to ask the same damn question I've asked you like for a year and a half. So I revised my book, The Gravity of Grace. I completely.
What a great idea.
I changed it. I put it into parts 1, part 2, part 3, and I'm about to start re-querying. So I'm wondering if anybody has any insights or feelings on this issue.
Now, do you have an agent?
No.
She wants. Let Carmen answer because we've tried. We've tried a few times.
I really feel the book is fabulous. The idea is unique. The concept is absolutely brilliant. I'm serious. The chapter 2, I feel needs a little bit of a shift. I see an agent, and the name of the agent starts with an M, or the editor starts with an M. I think you need some guidance, some help here. I'm thinking if I know somebody, an agent who can guide you here and get your book will get a lot of interest because it's brilliant, you know, because it's different. The title in itself, the way it touches, you know, upon the topic is different. And that's why it will attract a lot of attention. Don't give it to anybody just to give it away, just to get published. Look into it.
I'm not doing that.
Do you agree with me? Do you agree?
Yes.
You need to get it in the hands of the right publish house. A big publish house will publish it. Remember my words. Big publish house will publish it. You'll be very proud. You'll be proud of your book. This is going to go far. This is going to go far. Look what Monte is showing you. Yeah.
This is the gardener. Lucinda, is just a little add-on to what Carmen was saying, to weed out. I know you've had disappointing experiences with publishers and agents, so you got to weed that out, you know, and really start anew. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
It doesn't apply.
Don't let that interfere with, you know, your intention for the book. Which we know the book is good.
The energy shifted in the opposite direction.
It's important. It's an important book.
Not in the same boat anymore. This time is different.
Yeah.
Okay.
This time is different. And one of the biggest publish house will publish your book, and people will love it. And I have a name like with the same initial, but a name like Lauren. Somebody with Lauren. This is the woman who's actually ended up by publishing your book, and she's one of the biggest publishers. But I don't know if it's Simon & Schuster or Penguin Books. One of the biggest publish house will get your book and will give you money, which lately they don't pay that well anymore. But you will get pretty good advance for this.
Thank you, Carmen.
And it's not about the money so much; it's the book in itself. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you, guys. It's great to see you. Thank you.
We're rooting for you, Lucinda.
I know you are.
Love you, Lucinda.
Love you.
Love you.
Okay, that's a wrap on the questions, guys.
Oh my God, the hour went away.
Yeah. So you guys could wrap it up. There you go. It's all yours.
Thank you, everybody. That went so fast. We're going to have to do this again. Carmen, you're the best.
You're a great example.
You are the best, not me. You're the best.
Well, you're a great example of holiness, because not only do you have your gifts, but you share them so beautifully. And I think that's one of the reasons.
My inspiration. You are.
Thank you.
Everything.
Thank you, everybody.
You got my email?
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much.
And we're very excited because at this stage of our lives, we're getting our books out and they're coming out beautifully. There's like a new finishing touch on all of them. We'll tell you more about it next week because if it's Monday, it's time for Ask the Oracle.
Thanks, everybody.
We did it.
Bye.